Technique of scientific management given by Taylor. Starting with first technique, that is functional foremanship. Taylor emphasized that one foreman is not expert in all aspects of work. So each worker should be supervised by a number of foremen, that is supervisor, who are specialists of their field. It will improve the quality of supervision, which in turn will improve the quality of work and efficiency of workers. Taylor applied the principle of division of work to add specialization. He separated planning and production function, and each function is managed by a group of 4 foremen, that is total of 8 specialists guide and direct a worker. Functional foremanship is a technique which aims to improve the quality of supervision at shop floor by putting a worker under 8 specialist foremen. The entire uh, foremanship is divided basically into 2 parts: 4 under planning in charge, 4 under production in charge. Under planning in charge, first is instruction card clerk, who draft instruction for the workers. Second is route clerk, who specify the route of production. Third is time and cost clerk, who prepare time and cost sheet. Fourth is disciplinarian, who ensures discipline in the factory. Under production in charge, first is speed boss, who ensures timely and accurate completion of the job. Second one is gang boss, who keep machine and tools etc. ready for operation by workers. Third is repair boss, who ensures proper working condition of machines and tools. Fourth one is inspector, who check the quality of work. Second technique, standardization and simplification of work. Standardization refers to the process of setting standards for every phase of business operation. It involves fixing certain values or standards in quality and quantity of goods by using standardized equipment, materials, production methods, etc. This standard should act as the benchmark during production. Similarly, the working condition, that is temperature, lighting, ventilation, humidity, etc., should also be standardized. The objective of standardization are: first, to reduce a given line or product to fixed type, sizes, and characteristics. Second, to establish interchangeability of manufactured parts and products. Third, to establish quality standards. Fourth, to establish performance standards of man and machines. For example, standard time can be fixed to produce a given line of output. If workers take more time than the standard time, then corrective measures should be taken to check it. Simplification refers to elimination of unnecessary variety, sizes, and grades of the product manufactured by the organization. It aims to eliminate unnecessary diversity of products, sizes, and types. It implies reduced inventories, fuller utilization of equipment, and increase in turnover. It brings economy in operation and facilitate better control of activities. Example, Hindustan Unilever Limited reduced its variety of soaps and it generated efficiency and effective result for the company. Third technique, method study. The objective of method study is to find out one best way of doing the job. There are various methods of doing the job. To determine the best way, there are several parameters. Right from procurement of raw material till the final product is delivered to the customer, every activity is part of method study. Taylor devised the concept of assembly line by using this method study. Ford Motor Company used this concept of assembly line very successfully. Even now, auto companies are using it. The objective of the whole exercise is to minimize the cost of production and maximize the quality and satisfaction of customer. For this purpose, Many techniques like process chart and operation research etc. are used. Fourth technique, motion study. Motion study refer to the study of movement like lifting, putting objects, sitting and changing position etc. which are undertaken while doing a typical job. Unnecessary movements are sought to be eliminated so that it takes less time to complete the job efficiently. On close examination of body motion, for example, it is possible to find out motions which are productive, motions which are incidental, motions which are unproductive. Taylor used stopwatch and various symbols and colors to identify different types of motion. Through motion studies, Taylor was able to design suitable equipments and tools to educate workers on their use. The results achieved by him were truly remarkable. Fifth technique, time study. Time study refers to a technique which is used to determine the standard time taken by a workman of reasonable skill and ability to perform a well defined job. It helps in determining how much work an employee should be able to do in a given period of time. Under time study, the job is divided into a series of elements and time taken to perform each element of work is recorded with time measuring device like stopwatch. The method of time study depends on volume and frequency of the task, the cycle time of the operation and time measurement cost. Objective of time study are first to determine number of workers to be employed, to frame suitable incentive schemes, and third, to determine labor cost. Sixth technique, fatigue study. Fatigue means tiredness from physical or mental work. Fatigue study refers to determining the amount and frequency of rest intervals required in completing a task. Taylor suggested that a person gets tired when he works continuously without a break. So he must be provided a brief rest interval in between so as to enable him to regain lost stamina. This will result in increased productivity. The amount and frequency of rest intervals should be decided through fatigue study and not randomly. The study is conducted by observing workers while performing job so as to note down the time when their efficiency levels start decreasing. In case of heavy manual labor, small pauses must be frequently given to the worker so that he can recharge his energy level for optimum contribution. Fatigue study helps to avoid accidents, rejections, and industrial sickness. Seventh technique, differential pitch wage system. Differential pitch wage is a system in which efficient and inefficient workers are paid different rates. According to Taylor, financial incentives act as a motivator and scope of extra earning motivates worker to put extra efforts. Here, incentive is directly linked with productivity. First of all, a standard task is established with the help of time and motion study. Then two rates are fixed. Higher wage rate for workers who produce equal to or more than the standard output, and low wage rate for workers who do not reach the standard. The basic purpose of fixing two rates is to differentiate efficient and inefficient workers and to suitably reward the efficient workers. For example, suppose standard task is fixed at 10 units and rate is fixed 50 per unit for worker who produce 10 unit or more and 40 per unit for workers who produce less than 10 unit. If a worker produces 11 units, he will get 550, that is 11 units into 50 per unit. If another worker produces 9 units, then he will get rupees 360, that is 9 units into 40 per unit. According to Taylor, the difference of this Rupees 190 is enough for the inefficient worker to be motivated to perform better. Thank you.